The film is really positive. It has great cast, great story, and overall it's just like one of those really good sci-fi films that you can enjoy again and again and again. Welcome to the channel Connichles. If you've not been here before, we discuss films, filmmaking and creativity. So if you enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps. And yeah, today we're going to talk about why Project Hail Mary is such a good film and why, if you haven't watched it already, you really should. Before we get into this video, I do want to just say there may be some spoilers, just to let you know before we get into it. If you haven't watched it, please go and watch the film. Come back to this video. I don't want to spoil anything for you. So with that, let's get on to discussing this film. Project Hail Mary is obviously set in space and a sci-fi movie. So a lot of films that are based in this genre technically will have an alien or some kind of alien in that sphere, you know. So yeah, looking ahead to that, I found this very positive. Normally the alien in the example, whether it's a space horror or even if it's a space, exploration, the alien is never really that positive. They don't really want to work with humanity, or if they do, there's like an ominous edge about it. Whereas I found that in this film, Rocky and Grace work really well together, and they actually want to help each other because obviously, as you know, they're in a tough situation. But yeah, what it taught me as a creator was that actually you can take something that is generally seen as negative, or you can take a typical storyline that may not always have typically the best ending. It doesn't always have to have a level of nuance. It doesn't always have to have they're good, but like there's this layer behind them that you think could be bad. No, sometimes it's just the character can be a good character. Kind of reminded me of Lord of the Rings, where a lot of the main characters in that are just either good or evil. In this case, two, I would say, kind of our main character and then who they meet are seen as positive characters. They're good characters. There's no reason to be suspicious of them, even though you may be used to it within the sci-fi genre, in terms of aliens and the situation they're in. Another point about Project Hail Mary that I really loved was that as the film goes on, you get kind of, as an audience member, you see the story through your main character's eyes. So where they have amnesia, you actually, instead of kind of just getting flashbacks and details that kind of go between the past and the present, you actually end up kind of getting these flashbacks as he gets them at the same time as an audience member, and it keeps the pacing, it keeps the rhythm flowing. And what I love about this and what it's taught me as a creative is actually your audience wants to be as involved as possible with the story, with your character. So doing something like this just pushes you into their mindset a little bit. It takes you along their journey as an audience member. So I thought that was like really powerful. I love that part. I thought that was actually a really cool way to do flashbacks without kind of making it feel chop, we're in the past, back, we're in the present, chop, we're in the past, back, we're in the present. On the idea of time as well, I really loved the way that the directors kind of did the two different storylines. The A storyline was obviously Grace in space and the mission and everything like that, but you also had the second story in the past, which was the human story of how did we get here. And they didn't go with the whole, what I've kind of dubbed the mega mind trope, where the start of the film you get to a point where it goes, oh, I'm insert character name, you're wondering how I got here, and then say 40 minutes of the film is doing the past, and then we get to that point. That works in a lot of films. It can be a great thing, but I just liked how in using time we were jumping, but like I said before earlier, it's a very selective jump. It's like as things are revealed to the character. With the time situation, it's really important. It taught me as a creative to actually take the elements of my story. If I want to do a past, I want to do a present, and flick between the two, it has to be intentional. I think if you're going to tell a story where you want to merge two parts of the past or merge the future and the present, whichever one you want to do, you need to have it be intentional. It needs to kind of feel natural to the viewer. Making the character feel like an actual person. You, as a creative, learning that actually your characters really do need to be relatable. Personally, you know, when he wakes up from the coma, he doesn't just go straight into mission mode. It's like, where am I? Who am I? He spends like, there's opening scenes where he's flicking through all of the logbooks of the people, and it's like, oh, this person, no, this person, no, this person. Oh, I believe that's me. Writing it down on a notebook. It was great because most people would react like that. So it taught me when you're building stories, when you're building scenes, really sell how the character is feeling in that moment, how they're relating to their experience. I think that has become really key. Another thing that I really loved about this film was striving for perfect, wonderful visuals and working really hard with how they look, the result. A lot of this film was made with practical effects, even though it's a space film. There's actually a severe lack of CGI, and you wouldn't believe it by the level of detail that is in these sets and these things. I've heard stories about that Ryan Gosling was, you know, the set was spinning, similar to kind of in the Inception and, you know, Christopher Nolan style. The whole set is you know, rotating around. I think that was wonderful, and it kind of pushes me as a creative, and I hope you as well, that actually if you believe in setting a visual, you want it to feel real, you want it to feel grounded, put in the work, it really does pay off. Granted, obviously this film has millions of pounds, dollars in it, but there are other ways to do this on much lower cost budgets. If you want to go for a really dynamic shot, spend some time building something, making something, it will pay off. People appreciate it. So this is all of the things that I learned from this film as a creative. There was so many lessons in there about just really pushing a style that you like, being positive, having characters that feel real and intentional, and a story that feels intentional. Yeah, just I could probably talk about this film for way longer, but you're new to me, so I'm going to keep this bite-sized. But yeah, if you liked and enjoyed the video, please give it a like, please give it a subscribe, or even, I think there's a hype situation now that you can do down below. Anyways, let me know. Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments, and yeah, there will be something popping up somewhere around here to watch the next one. Please do. Thanks. Bye.